Joshua chapter 4. After the whole nation had finished crossing the Jordan, Adonai said to Yehoshua, "Take for yourselves from the people 12 men, a man from every tribe, and give them this order. Take 12 stones from the middle of the Jordan riverbed, where the Kohanim are standing. Carry them over with you and set them down in the place where you will camp tonight." Yehoshua called the 12 men whom he had chosen from the people of Israel, a man from every tribe, and said to them, "Go on ahead of the ark of Adonai your God into the riverbed of the Jordan. Then each of you take a stone on his shoulder, corresponding to the number of tribes of the people of Israel. This will be a sign for you. In the future, when your children ask, 'What do you mean by these stones?' you will answer them, 'It's because the water in the Jordan was cut off before the ark for the covenant of Adonai. When it crossed the Jordan, the water in the Jordan was cut off, and these stones are to be a reminder for the people of Israel forever." The people of Israel did just as Yehoshua had ordered. They took 12 stones out of the Jordan riverbed, as Adonai had said to Yehoshua, corresponding to the number of the tribes of the people of Israel, carried them over with them to the place where they were camping, and set them down there. Yehoshua also set up 12 stones in the Jordan River itself, in the place where the feet of the Kohanim carrying the ark for the covenant had stood. They are there to this day. The Kohanim carrying the ark stood in the Jordan riverbed until Yehoshua had finished saying to the people everything that Adonai had ordered him to say, in keeping with everything that Moshe had ordered Yehoshua. Then the people hurried across. When all the people had finished crossing, the ark of Adonai passed on, and the Kohanim ahead of the people. The descendants of Reuben, the descendants of Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh went on, armed ahead of the people of Israel, as Moshe had said to them. Some 40,000 armed soldiers, ready for battle, crossed in the presence of Adonai to the plains of Jericho. That day Adonai made Yehoshua great in full view of all Israel. They were in awe of him, just as they had been in awe of Moshe all his life. Adonai said to Yehoshua, "Order the Kohanim, priests, carrying the ark for the testimony, to come up out of the Jordan." So Yehoshua ordered the Kohanim, "Come up out of the Jordan." The Kohanim, carrying the ark for the covenant of Adonai, came up from the Jordan riverbed, and as soon as the soles of the feet of the Kohanim touched dry ground, the water of the Jordan returned to its place, and the river overflowed its banks as it had before. The people came up out of the Jordan on the 10th day of the first month and camped at Gilgal, by the eastern boundary of Jericho. Those 12 stones which they took out of the Jordan, Yehoshua piled up at Gilgal. Then he said to the people of Israel, "In the future, when your children ask their fathers what these stones mean, you are to explain it to them by saying, 'Israel came over this Jordan on dry land, for Adonai your God dried up the water in the Jordan from in front of you, until you had crossed, just as Adonai your God did to the Sea of Suf, which he dried up from in front of us, until we had crossed.' From this all the peoples of the earth can know that the hand of Adonai is strong, and you can fear Adonai your God forever.